Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday morning to you. Welcome back to Morning Musings. My name is Don K. Preston. I am the president of Preterist Research Institute of Ardmore, Oklahoma. I appreciate it very much that you are with me. Hope you've had a great week so far. We are continuing our examination of the 70 weeks of Daniel, chapter 9, 24 and 25, and 24 through 27. I have suggested to you that there is an interim period of time between the first 4 feast days of Israel and the last 3 feast days. Now, the feast days underlie Daniel chapter 9. We have 4 separate distinct references to the feast days. You have the death of Jesus, which is Messiah. You have put away sin, which is part of the sacrificial cult of the feast days, to make atonement. And you have the judgment. And bring in everlasting righteousness, which is Sukkot, and Shemini or Shemini Atzerat. So there's no question, really, that the feast days underlie Daniel chapter 9. But many people try to posit the end of the 70 weeks in 3435 AD. It has been suggested to me, well, Preston, you are wrong to posit the end of the 70 weeks in AD 70 because that's judgment. Well, that's part of my argument. Because the last 3 feast days of Israel involve judgment. Rosh Hashanah, the Feast of Trumpet, is judgment. But it's been suggested to me that the 6 elements of Daniel chapter 9, 24 are all blessings. That's not necessarily true. 70 weeks are determined to finish transgression means to fill up sin. That's not a good thing. But that demands judgment. But I want to suggest to you that there's something there that is being completely missed. In those who say, well, the 70 weeks have to do only with the blessings on the people. It doesn't actually involve the destruction and the judgment of the people. No, if you look at the blessings that are there, okay, the most holy place or the most holy, the bringing in of everlasting righteousness, the making of atonement, that is the coming of salvation. In Isaiah 65 and 66, those blessings, the everlasting world of righteousness, which is the new heaven and the new earth, as we shall demonstrate, when do those blessings accrue? When are they applied? Well, in every Old Testament text that develops these themes and these motifs, the blessings only come at the time of judgment. So, if you're going to admit, for instance, that the 70 weeks were determined to make the atonement, therefore the atonement belongs within, the atonement belongs within the 70 weeks, then that must mean that the blessings of the atonement, belong at the end of the 70 weeks. My goodness, I apologize. In other words, according to Isaiah 64, 65, 66, you don't have the blessings of the 70 weeks until after the judgment. Blessings after judgment, or more accurately, blessings at the time of the judgment. So it cannot be argued that the 70 weeks end in 70 AD and the blessings of verse 24 accrue, but then later, outside the 70 weeks, you have the judgment. I'm sorry, that doesn't work. Biblically, the blessings are at the time of the judgment. The judgment brings the blessings. It is therefore completely untenable, completely indefensible to have the blessings of verse 24, which are not all blessings. It is simply wrong to say all of the positive things came by 3435 AD, but the judgment came 40 years later, almost 40 years later. Once again, that denies what the Bible teaches about those very blessings. All right? Those very blessings of Daniel chapter 9:24 are the blessings that come in multitudinous Old Testament prophecies at the time of the judgment. I really hope you catch the power of this. It is absolutely impossible, unbiblical, unprovable to bring in the blessings fully without judgment. Now, you can have an initiation of a process. You can have a building in process. But you can't have the full reality until the judgment. Once again, that's Isaiah 64, 65, 66. When would the new heaven and new earth, the bringing in of everlasting righteousness, when would that be? Not in 34, 35 AD. It would be at the judgment of the Old Covenant people. The city and the people. 70 weeks are determined on your people and on your city. Isaiah 65, the Lord God will destroy you, and He will create a new Jerusalem, which means He's going to destroy the old. There's the fate of the city. There's the fate of the people. 70 weeks are determined on your people and on your city to bring in everlasting righteousness, i.e., the new heaven and the new earth. And boy, we've got a whole lot more on the bringing in of everlasting righteousness as we continue this study. In the meantime, do not forget that I discuss all of this and a whole lot more in both of these books. And don't forget my Christmas special, my special offer to you. If you purchase both of these books separately, it would cost you $47, almost $48. From now until January 1, 2019, you can purchase both books for $30 post-paid. Look, I cannot extend this offer any further. I mean, this is a bare bones, rock bottom offer. Take advantage of it while you can. Send me the funds through PayPal. Go to my website. Send me an email if you don't know how to do that, and I will guide you through it. In the meantime, don't fail to take advantage of this fantastic offer. Okay, well, don't forget, tomorrow we will continue our examination, our refutation of Brock Hollett's book, Debunking Preterism. I appreciate so much the wonderful remarks I'm getting to that in response to that series. We'll be continuing that tomorrow. So we'll see you on the flip side.